Good morning, everyone. This is day 4 of 365 days of lives. I do have a couple videos that I did when I was down in the barn earlier this morning, but I just wanted to, do a little bit of, where was I 11 years ago on this day in 2010? Well, this day in 2010, I was actually still living. I had just moved back from Ontario December 1st, 2009, and I was living with my parents. Yeah, at 57 years old, I was living with or 47. Oh my God, I'm not 68 this year, I was 58. Oh, anyway, at 47 years old, I moved back in with my parents. I think it was more to help my parents as well. My dad was very, very sick at that time, and he needed me to be there, so I said I would move in and help them. And I was unemployed. I was living in a basement suite. I had my family around and a few close friends that I still had from years and years ago. One of them, Jenny, who I very, very miss so very much. I got to have lunch with her twice when I moved back, and then a few months later, she committed suicide. That was really tough on me because she was one of my best friends growing up in school. So 11 years ago, that's where I was. That's what I was doing. I had no money. I had nothing. I had no inkling on what I was going to do as a career. None. Because I just left a very abusive, verbally, physically, abusive relationship from my second husband. Kind of matched the first husband. That's why I was very careful when I was looking for my third. I wasn't even really looking. I shouldn't say that. But so I was in a bad spot 11 years ago. I didn't know what life was going to bring for me and the people around me. But you know what? I'm resilient. I'm tough. And I said nothing is going to stop me from being a success or just helping myself and the people around me and my family. So I did end up finding a job. I worked for a man, Warren Wessel, at Parkland Funeral Home in Red Deer. He owned it. Him and his wife owned that place, and I can tell you it was probably one of the best things ever. We sure are, aren't we, Krista? We sure are a special group. So I worked for him. I had like a funeral home. Think about it, a funeral home. But you know what? It actually helped me to find myself and what I wanted to do in my life and who I wanted to be. I always wanted to be a nurse. Growing up, I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to, help other people and just be there for them. So this kind of helped me to be there for the families and to be there for the ones who were suffering. So while I was there, and I was only there for, I'm going to say, not even a year before he changed ownership. Actually, in June, I started my job in the middle of January. I moved out with my son in the middle of February. Him and I moved into a place together. But then in June, he decided he was going to sell Parkland Funeral Home to another gentleman who used to work at another home in Red Deer. So that kind of dwindled. Things kind of, I eventually was laid off, and which was the best thing ever because I had met Randy at this point. But it helped me to see how precious life really, really is and how precious people's emotions really are. This probably brought me the most clarity in my life. It's kind of strange, but it was the most clarity in my life by working there. I was able to help my one family whose mother passed away, my Aunt Jackie, who I miss very, very much. She was very special to me as well. And so I was there when my Aunt Jackie passed away. I helped with her funeral. I helped with, doing the makeup. I helped with as much stuff as I could. Even though I was their accountant, I helped with things. Because if that was me, I'd want somebody to be there for me if I was going through the same thing. So, so that kind of brought me, more into myself and more thinking about what I want to do with my life. That's why I got into the health and wellness business, because you know what? This is the only way I know to give back where I can at my age. 58 now, folks, 58. Oh my God, where did life go? I still feel like I'm 35 though. So, hey, let's live life, right? But, that's why I decided, you know what, getting into the health and wellness business was for me, because I love being there for others. That's just who I am. And as a lot of you know, I don't push my stuff. I don't, yes, I post about it because I have to. You're not going to know unless I do. But you know what? I don't pressure people unless I think and I know that they're going to be good at it. And, I just feel that there's so many people out there who can do what I'm doing right now, who don't know where they're at in 2021 because of COVID. And you know what? I'd love to help you guys try and figure it out, either emotionally, or help you to make some money if you're in a really, really bad spot. Because you know what? It's the best thing to do, is to help other people. That's what life is. It's all about helping others, right? So that's why I chose 11 years ago to work at a funeral home and to work with people who are grieving and who are having a hard time in life. We dealt a lot with Aish, and a lot of those people, their families couldn't even afford to bury them. It was very, very minimal services and stuff. So for me, that was really hard, because I've been there. I've been on Aish. I can tell you that, folks. I've been on unemployment. I have been on social assistance. I have been on that in my life. That's how I started. In the 1980s, when I was first married, we spent more time on social services and getting stuff from the food bank than we did not. And to me, that's why, you know what, for everybody that knows me, that's why I give back so much as I do, because I can now. I took and took and took for so many years, always saying, Gwen, you're going to give back one day. Gwen, you're going to be able to give back one day. Now I can. It may have taken me 50 or 40 years to get there. But you know what? I'm here now, and I'm here to help as many people as I can. I donate, I give, I do everything I can to help others so they aren't suffering, and to help others just to make them smile. A smile is such an easy thing to do. It is. You know what? And I genuinely care, and I genuinely smile at other people, because I want to make friends. This life is too old. You know what? Life is way, way too short. I was going to say too old, but life is way, way too short to be anything but your true self. So you know what? Be who you are. Be you. Never, ever, ever change for anybody else. I tried to do that twice. Don't ever do it. Never. You know what? Randy, when I met Randy, he never asked me to change a single thing about me, because I knew who I was then. I had found myself finally. So, and I said, either you like me the way I am or you're gone. And you know what? He said, don't change because I'm not. And I said, perfect. Don't. So you know what? I didn't. Other than I quit smoking, but I was quitting smoking before I met him. So that's been 10 years. Yay! September 7th, 2010, I quit smoking 10 years ago. So anyway, and actually I've kind of quit drinking too. We didn't even have a drink. Oh, I did have a drink on New Year's Day with April and Herman. Randy and I did. So yeah, I guess I did have a drink. Oh, and I had one New Year's Eve with Jody Pancoast. Yes. So that's good. Okay. So I had a couple. But that's it. You know what? You have to be who you are for you and not for everybody else. So I am done my thing today, and I really appreciate everybody. I love all of you, and all of you that know me personally, either you're related to me or we're longtime friends, because I have people on here on Facebook who I have literally known, and I'm not kidding, since I was 5 years old. So, you know what? You're a friend to me. I'll be a true friend always to you. And that's just the way I was brought up. So, you know what? You guys have a fantastic Monday. And you know what? Smile, and the world will smile with you. Always try and help others if you can. If you can't, totally understandable. But you know what? Always, always, always be true to you and nobody else. Okay? Love you guys.